Welcome to Instant Discussions, episode 36.
69. Oh.
So close. Episode 36, The Pianist.
Yeah.
From 2002. And we're going to hit play now, so we can talk about this in the background. Yeah. I'm really glad that we got another... we don't think it's mute. That's fine.
I don't think it's
It's just someone playing a recorder in the beginning of it. Yeah.
I find that I like focus features a lot.
They do some good stuff.
They got because they also got Eternal
focus on the
Sunshine
right
under their
things.
belt.
Yeah.
And In-Betweeners. For the movie.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
No.
God damn it! It's so bad. What I just said, like I'm talking to them, and then
So it begins in sunny Warsaw in 1939. Everything's
it's a
bright
pretty
and
good
happy.
time, you know.
Mm-hmm. They have lots of baby strollers.
Yeah.
And this was before color was invented, and then all of a sudden he's got color.
So I guess that was legit footage.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's a good chance of it. They do show there's the scene when they're getting loaded onto some trains where a young happy-going filmmaker is rolling the camera, and then they cut to that angle, but I thought they were going to show it in black and white at that point, get like how the camera looks, but they didn't. But there was lots of footage that was taken around there. Film existed at the time, and so in the beginning you could get, that was just normal Warsaw stuff. Later you get the Nazi shot footage things that come through. Those explosions were quite loud in the beginning there.
Adrian Brody's fake nose too looks so legit.
They did a good job. It doesn't look as big as it does in normal life. They gave him a little smaller nose to make him a little more realistic.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, it was nice.
I love how telling of his character that first scene was.
Oh, how he was just staying there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not going. What are you
He's
talking about? I'm not going to stop.
It's
like I need to play the radio. I need to play this piano for everyone.
It kind of reminded me of the end of Titanic, where they're just like, screw it, we're just going to play violins. Like,
I'm going down with the shit.
So I'm playing with you. Yes. Poor radio show. They're trying to listen to the radio, it goes out. I thought it was interesting when they're trying to listen to the radio and Hitler's broadcasts coming over. Because he had the super powerful radios that would like take over everyone's radio waves.
Yeah.
I was watching recently. I think it was on a Vsauce video. They were talking about his the Olympics broadcast. Him broadcasting the Olympics could possibly be the
first thing that
aliens would hear.
Aliens hear.
That was the first broadcast that was powerful enough to.
That's so ridiculous. That's
aliens,
my god.
Aliens could hear Hitler first.
Go check out Vsauce, guys. If you haven't.
Good.
That channel's fucking awesome.
Good video for thinking. Yes, I'm glad that you chose a nice, depressing film.
Hitler would be the first thing that aliens hear. Dear Christ.
Yeah, it was nice.
I was
the road, and we got the pianist.
Yeah, it makes the road look very happy. I
don't know.
With
Both of those lives are pretty shitty.
Oh, they're pretty bad, but I don't know. His life wasn't as bad as a lot of people around him.
Yeah,
he had some hard times, and it's terrible seeing his family going away. But even in the way you were talking about, he's so reserved.
And also, he doesn't see his family get shot right in front of him, too.
No, he doesn't. He sees other people.
Yeah.
Which while he can assume that they're dead.
Yeah.
They probably are. Like,
you can't say that doesn't remind you of him. Look at...
He could pull it off. He could do some cosplay.
Oh, yeah. He could be a
cosplay.
I could cosplay.
Oh, you totally could.
If I really wanted.
Yeah.
I really wanted to.
Put some nose putty on.
Yep. He reminds me more of your brother, though.
Racist.
What?
I think he reminds me more of your brother. I think it's just that kind of attitude of him. I don't know. The methodical nature. But, yeah, a lot of you don't get. They don't really go to the camps in this one because he doesn't get sent there. But this is his story of it. But it's interesting seeing the narrowly escaping and the hiding out and through people helping him. But even when they're helping him and pulling him out, he doesn't want to be separated from his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. The happy times in the beginning. The hearing on the radio, and they're like, "Oh, France is going to come and help us. That's going to be awesome." And then later in the movie, "Oh, Russia's going to help us. That's going to be awesome."
Not quite.
Not so much.
Not yet.
Oh, the way seeing the city get ruined slowly too. Like you get the first bombings, you get a little more.
There's so much brutal shit that goes on.
By the end of it, when he's walking through the wasteland, no one around, and everything's just demolished and destroyed.
Yeah.
I had watched this when it first came out, and I thought it was an amazing movie. It was a lot younger.
Yeah.
And watching it the second time, first of all, it was a little bit more boring because there was a lot of lulls and just him wandering.
Yeah, when you've already seen it,
Yeah.
That's the trouble with a lot of more dramatic films, or the slower ones. You've already seen it, so you know that, but the first time you're watching it, you're going through it with them, and you're feeling that.
Yeah. But this time I was just pissed the whole time. I was just like, just die and just stab one of them in the leg or something. Like when that guy's down on the floor, the guy's shooting the people in the head, and he has to reload to shoot him. Like I at least would have like bit his ankle just to piss him off before I died.
You can't. As soon as you do that, I don't know. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die anyway. Why not? Like I was just annoyed the whole time.
Well, I don't know.
It's
I could see it only because it's just like if you piss him off, he's just gonna kill more.
And part of it too is not turning into the animals that they are.
Yeah.
It's the kind of the same idea as we were talking with the road is what separates you from the cannibals. This is what separates you from the Nazis.
Well, I mean, it's not only that. It's Adrian Brody saw what the Nazis did every single week. He had down their patterns. You could have got together and done something about that. Taken out one truck full of Nazis.
They had the resistance, and at
the very end, though.
Yeah, it takes a while to build that stuff. Especially they don't have they're not prepared for that.
Well, see, I'm looking at it through my eyes, knowing history. So it's unfair. What I would do now is like, oh God, no.
Are you on the side of the Tea Party or the NRA that says if the Jews had guns, then the Holocaust wouldn't have happened?
I mean, if they had a lot of, if the Jews had,
if they had a lot of military training and guns,
well, not only that,
they were well organized. It would be a longer fight, I think.
And if they were like, okay, yeah, let's go kill these guys.
If they were militant in that, but the thing is, they wouldn't be that way without the Nazis doing the stuff in the first place, because they wouldn't have reason to do it. And then it would just be a war that wouldn't... They don't have the reasoning until it's done. And then after it's done, that's the hindsight of having that.
Well, but it depends too. Like, let's look through all of history.
It's like the thing of... It's like the thing of getting into a time machine and going back to when Hitler was a kid and killing him. Mm-hmm. Now you're just the dick who traveled back in time and killed a baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
It ruins that. You're like, everyone around you go like, why would you do that? You're like, no, seriously, guys, okay?
See, really what had happened was Hitler knew the Jews were going to rise up and take over all of society. He went back.
He went back in time and stopped it from...
To stop all the Jews.
He went a little overboard, though, I think.
You know what they say? You give a Jew a finger, they take the hand. That's what they say.
The Nazi over there saying, like, you guys are good at making money, right? Not a single laugh out of that crowd. They didn't get
tough crowd. Yeah. You've seen your own family die. Tough crowd.
Oh, and the other scene where they, let's just talk about happy things at dinner. And,
oh, yeah.
Like, really? Happy things? You're gonna do this? There's no...
That's a long phrase.
It's a long way to say no Jews. That's the Polish way. That's not the, Juden Verbot.
Or does it say, no Jews allowed?
That did make me think of Snoopy. Every time I see a movie about World War II, it always makes me think of Snoopy. The no dogs allowed.
No
Because I'm sure that was like a parallel to that. It's playing off the no Jews.
Yeah.
Oh. I love her reaction to it too. It's like, why? Why are Jews? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it really is.
Because it is ridiculous. Like, you're until this point, they're both equal members of society working through it, and then all of a sudden, no, not these ones. They're like, it's even tougher because it's, you know, as terrible as all of the segregation in the United States was, and was terrible and lasted even after this, and that's crazy that not enough people, you know, saw what was happening, and they'd be like, maybe we shouldn't discriminate against these other people this way. But you know, the thing about why one of the reasons why we got slaves from Africa, because they didn't look like all the Europeans that we had. Instead of enslaving the Irish, it's easier to enslave people who don't look like you, because if they ran away, you could separate them. It's easier to segregate them. This one, the Jews, a lot of them can pass for other Poles. They don't look that different.
They'll try.
Yeah. But some of them, you can kind of tell.
Maybe you could tell.
Adrian Brody can't hide that much. I would have said he was Italian, like, if you're trying to hide there. But,
I'll make you a pizza.
Yeah. But that's the thing with when they're reading the letter now, they're forcing them to wear the armbands. That's their way of, we don't know which one of you are Jewish necessarily. Let's make it easier on us. And when the Nazis pass him, like at first glance, they might not. They're like, no, just pass it normal. Then they see the armband, they're like, oh, you didn't bow to us. You're beat. Terribleness.
I would just put on the swastika, trick them.
Yeah. So it was interesting as researching the film a bit, and Adrian Brody, I remember when this film came out and when it got nominated for the Oscars and won a bunch of Oscars.
How many Oscars did it win?
3.
Oh, okay. It's a great film.
Best Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Director.
The pedophile.
The pedophile.
I forgot he did this at the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
I was screaming like 13-year-old rape, and I was like,
totally forgot too.
Yeah.
Until the end of it. It says, Roman Polanski film. I'm like, no, you suckered me in. You bastard. And this was post that too. Like, we watched Chinatown earlier, and that was before the child rape. And then
I felt so violated.
This is the after one. You're like, oh, this is such a great film. This filmmaker is truly a genius, whoever he is. Damn.
It's just like Michael Jackson. He still makes really good, fucking awesome music. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like Woody Allen, too.
Bill Clinton was an awesome president just because he fucking got some dick stuck on the side.
Yeah, but I put that a little different than Polanski.
He's a bad husband.
At least Bill Clinton was of age, not 13.
13 got it all drunk.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
Allegedly.
We know about Roman Polanski. That's the thing. Like, that sounds a little different. I mean, it's still not as bad as I didn't know that. I not following history before my time. I know that I didn't know that Roman Polanski was married to Sharon Tate. Or Shannon Tate.
I didn't know that either.
The one that was killed by Manson.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So his first wife was killed by Charles Manson. Maybe that screwed him up so much.
Serious?
That, turned him towards that. I don't know.
I didn't know that. Are you serious?
But both Roman Polanski and Adrian Brody are Polish Jews. Half Jewish Poles. Both Jewish on their father's side as well. But so that's why they have such a strong connection to this piece. I didn't know. I didn't know if Adrian Brody was Italian or what the ethnicity. Because you look at him, like, he could be Jewish or Italian.
Yeah.
They're Italian. They look similar to me.
He has that big Jewish nose. And those nostrils, so he can suck up all the white man's air. Can't believe him.
But they are white men. White. Not the right kind of white.
Have you been watching the movie? They're not white.
They're not blonde. That's the thing. They stick out enough for them. Yeah, so they're definitely connecting to the material, and there's a reason behind it. Not like Tarantino. He doesn't focus as much on the plight of the Jews because it's not his connection to that.
Yeah.
It's funny at first, like, this guy, like, you just think he's a dick, but he is actually doing them kind of a favor by buying this play.
He is, and yeah, Adrian Brody's realizing that.
It's like $200.
He's giving them 2,000, which they
2,000.
established earlier is the maximum amount that Jews can have in their household. So if he gave them more than that, they'd have to hide it. He would know, knowingly giving them more than they can legally have, and that puts them all at risk to know that they have that. So he's like, I know I can give you 2,000. Now, what I would have wanted to do was try to work out some sort of plan of, you give me 2,000 now, and if they don't kick us out, you can give us 2,000.
Give me monthly payments.
Yeah, monthly payments of it.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but then they get kicked out, so it doesn't really matter. They're not going to.
Yeah, they're
find
screwed
it
anyway.
Yeah.
But he still is doing them fair because the piano's about to be worth nothing.
Yep. They hold on to that violin for a long time.
Reminds me of Feifel.
I thought would have been gone a lot earlier than when it gets taken away. It's once they finally get led to the camps.
Yeah, it's when they get taken away from and put on the train, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Adrian Brody is saved at the last minute, pulled aside. Run, you fools.
Fly, you fools.
I always wonder, and I've never looked into it, what happened to the...
Gandalf? Fucking not saving these guys?
I know.
The Jew securities.
The Jew security?
The Jew security, yeah.
They were still there on the sides, weren't they?
No, eventually though, I wonder if they ended up just, shooting them.
Being tried for war crimes. They,
something bad happens.
Yeah, nobody likes traitors. I was getting annoyed. I was like, you assholes.
I think that's one of the things with this is in other epics of World War II, there's so many stories to be told in World War II, and this one is based off of the autobiography.
Well, it's such an insane... it really is. I was thinking about it. If World War II never happened, and somebody made a story about this, it would just be like, oh my god, who could ever do that?
It would be crazy, but you'd also have to take away all other genocides that happen and a lot of other things that they...
No, but Hitler did it so much in the open. You look at other genocides, it wasn't put their posters up on the wall, let's kill these, to this extent.
He did it... It was... He had a lot more talent with the publicity and that. Other ones... But there's so many others that do happen. They don't get the attention that this one does, because this one is held up as the pillar of
and it was so blatant
what it is, and as the reminder of don't let this happen again. But so I think you'd still be able to understand it somewhat. There might be other ones that could have risen to publicity, but yeah, if you had made up this story without it actually happening, it would seem like.
The way the Jews were really treated,
it's insane. So it's already terrible how you see the Jews get treated in this, but they don't even get to the camps and showing the atrocities of that. So it's not even at its worst.
Yeah.
In this film, kind of like when we were talking about with Ip Man, they not showing any of the rape and going on.
They don't show the worst parts.
They don't show the worst parts of it, and it's already terrible what you're seeing, and you're like, this is not even the worst.
I kind of like that about this, because there are a lot of movies who just kind of focus on how horrible the camps were, but it was horrible all the way down, and just living up, being the most successful pianist in the area, and then turning, him and his family turning to this horrible life. It was different.
Yeah, and you already see that you get that in Schindler's List and in Life is Beautiful. You get them. They show really vibrant depictions of the camps. So this is another story there. So you're not just retelling the same story, but also giving you another perspective on it to tell a more rounded story of it. But there's and then you get. Saving Private Ryan, where you get the soldiers' view of it. There's so many different things going on in the world at this time, and all playing off of each other, that you can do movies forever and never repeat yourself.
And World War II is pretty popular.
Yeah.
They never really touch on in World War II movies. They forget that the Nazis went in with the Russians at first. The Russians double-crossed the Nazis, just so people know. They started it off.
Everyone was switching sides over in Europe too at different points. A bunch of people were friendly, or the way they show the Jewish police there is similar to like every country they'd switch over when they get invaded and taken over. This, all right, either we're all gonna die or I'm gonna switch over here and play ball with them.
Even though Switzerland was neutral, people don't realize that they were pushing out Jews and prosecuting people who were smuggling Jews.
And there's the whole
just to make them
Nazi
happy.
gold stuff and
Nazi gold.
Swiss banks that they kept a lot of the valuables that the Nazis.
They did
took.
a lot of stuff for the Nazis
Yeah,
with their train systems and stuff.
because they weren't taking sides in it, but still, it's a little.
See, look at
It's
these.
tough not to take sides.
What?
Yeah, the degrading of making them dance. This is
Like there's so many
already
times
a
where they
tough
have
scene.
their firearm, and I know there's 8 rounds. You could have just grabbed it, shot a couple people, and you would have died.
Yeah. It's
It's like, because what percentage of these people at this point were saved?
but they don't.
Very, very small percentage.
Another part of it is at this point, each time something happens, you don't know how much worse is it going to get.
Yeah, that's the
Because
thing.
it hasn't happened yet, and that's one of the things about showing it in Poland, and I really like a lot of.
Because Poland was the first.
But they were the first. They were the
First
first one to
country
go.
that got it.
So I always am
Intrigue.
more fascinated by the Polish ones because when you're in other countries, you hear the stories of what's going on in Poland, what's going on elsewhere. But this is the first one, so they don't know how much worse it's going to get. When it's first the no Jews allowed, they're like, "Look, this is the worst that's happening. We're fighting them right now. We're getting some help.
Yeah.
Let's just do this for now." And then when they get moved out into the ghettos, they're like, "All right, this is terrible, but at least we're together. At least we have that." And at each step, they don't want to fight back because it's just if they start shooting them, they haven't been shooting people in the streets yet. What if they start doing that? Because if you shoot them, they're going to shoot you. Maybe they'll shoot your family as well. They're still trying to hold it together, and by the time they start shooting people in the street, it's too late.
Well, that's the part where I'm talking about. When they point out and then pull them and then shoot
when they're
them,
shooting them down the line, it's
at that point it's like no.
yeah, I mean, if you got everyone else in line to rush them and do that, and it'd start fighting. But then the massive troops that they have still and the firepower, you're going to die, and they're probably all going to die. Those decisions have to make.
Yeah.
It's odd seeing like the fancy dining still.
Yeah, with the Jewish armbands, but they still have the fancy dining.
Yeah, and I guess these are the ones they're talking about of probably bribing the officials. Yeah, it's interesting to see that. There's another film. I was looking up the list of Holocaust films that Wikipedia redirects you to from this one. And the earliest one they list is 1946, which is weird because they also list a film from the 80s that's a remake of a 1942 film. And I don't know why they don't include the 1942 film in this one. But that was the Mel Brooks movie from 1983 of To Be or Not to Be, which is not silly Mel Brooks. This is more.
Oh, really? I was like,
it's still a comedy, but it's like a complete remake, or like almost direct remake, shot for shot, of the 1942 Polish film To Be or Not to Be, and it's set in Poland during the Nazi invasion.
In 42?
Yes.
How did that work?
Yeah, exactly. It was made as it was happening, or it was still, as you see this, it was about like the first things that were happening, the first Nazi invasion and the taking over. It wasn't. It didn't get into the camps yet or any of that. But this was 1942. And I watched the Mel Brooks one first and then saw the original one, but just a really great story being told about it, and it's a comedy, but it's not like silly Spaceballs Mel Brooks comedy because it still has the serious nature of it and
the dramedy.
Yeah, and that's Mel Brooks's World War II Holocaust movie. Yeah, I recommend checking that one out, or especially the original one, which is probably easier to find since it's public domain at this point. think it should be 1942. Pops up on like old movie channels and stuff. That is also
interesting. It's not on that list though.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's not listed. The first Holocaust film they list on the Wikipedia page, I could go up to it, is The Stranger by Orson Welles from 1946. So still, those ones are very early in that. And they don't even list
Wikipedia.
Yeah, it is
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Just go in there and change it.
And I don't know what their criteria of Holocaust films are, of like what it
What's
needs
the very
to
first?
show in
What's
there.
that first sentence?
Index of films that deal with Holocaust in Europe. So, I don't know. Would you include Casablanca in that as well?
No, it wasn't based on the
Oh, I
Holocaust.
guess
I don't know if it's it's not as much about the Holocaust as
It's true.
what do you classify as that part of it that it still deals with it.
Just like Rocky Horror has to do with Nixon's retirement.
Yeah. But I mean, well, Casablanca has a lot to do with that still because they're still trying to get out of it.
But it's a World War II, but it's not necessarily the Holocaust. I mean, he wanted to kill a bunch of Jews, but he also wanted to take over the world.
No, but they needed to get out of there. That was the thing. They needed to escape. Wait, was Adrian Brody born? That's the actual date. 1973, so right after the Holocaust. Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah, so, born in New York.
So his parents were likely in it.
Elliot Brody. Sylvia Paici. I don't know. Possibly. They could have a chance. Think of it.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize he was 40. I thought he was older.
Depends where they were from. That's the thing.
Yeah, I thought he was a little older too. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Great range. Very handsome.
Video games. Oh. See, it says his work in film, television, and video games. For a second, I thought it was on the Pianist tab, and like, Pianist video game. Yeah. I don't want to play this video game. This isn't a fun game. I don't like it.
Is there a Holocaust video game?
Oh, there has to be.
Wolfenstein?
No, but not a military one of like...
Oh, like trying to escape?
Survive.
Mm-hmm.
You're the Jew.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Is that a market that we need to go into? Figure
It's
out.
like a board game.
It'd be terrible. No, board games one thing.
It's a co-op game.
It'd kind of be like...
You're all Jews.
But it'd be like Pac-Man. And the Nazis would be the ghosts. And you gotta find food.
Maybe that's how Pac-Man started. They're like, maybe we should change these Nazis to ghosts.
Yeah.
It'll be a little easier. And change these gold coins to pellets. And take down the nose on Pac-Man a little bit. There you go.
No, Pac-Man still has a Jew nose.
It's the original version of it. The ghost of the staff.
Wow, we're so anti-Semitic.
No, it's just laughing at how other people have... people are terrible. So this movie, like many films we've been talking about recently, it's an independent, low-budget movie. Cost $35 million to make. Like Lone Ranger cost like $100 million. I mean, it's a low-budget.
This is a long time ago too.
A long time ago, 11 years ago. Yeah, it does increase rapidly on how much.
But this is considered this is an indie.
Yeah, and it made $120 million. Made some good money. It was profitable.
I wouldn't say it's independent.
Well, it kind of...
I don't know if I'd say
I wouldn't say it's independent, but I would say it's independent of the U.S. allowing Roman Polanski to come to the country without being arrested. So it kind of helps him to be able to make a World War II movie since
That's what I was thinking.
He's stuck in France. And
he can make movies about like South Africa and about Japan.
Well, he can't.
No America.
He can't travel too much. When he traveled to,
yeah, that's right.
I think it was
The extradition.
Yeah.
Was.
There was one time when he traveled and he got arrested, and
wow.
So he can go to Iran.
And the whole thing brought up in 2009 when it came back into the news again. Oh, the looking out on the street as the other place.
This is so awful.
It is.
This is what I'm talking about. They know that if they know they're coming, they should be prepared. They can take down the Nazis while they're coming up and take down the one dude in the truck.
I don't think.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can put something together. Definitely.
Yes, but that's why the Nazis didn't invade Mexico. They're not.
But the thing, like, America's unique in that everyone in America has fucking guns.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying even
Different
without the guns, if you have some knives, you can take them. It's dark. Take them on the way up.
Yeah.
Take their guns. Take the dude on the. If you have enough men,
Look,
how many men are in that building?
Inglourious Bastards goes over that topic, and they have the Jews fighting back there, but that's just the small battalion.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
Almost.
But when they have things like that, which they started,
That's
to do
not
more
the. I think you're
frequently.
just not seeing. Maybe there is little bits of that that happen, but not. There's bits of resistance you get, but then they get quickly shot, and then everyone else around them says, I don't want to get no."
Well, that's what you do. Then you
They're
have to
trying to survive, and so in trying to survive, you don't want to welcome more violence. You're trying to do everything you can for them to not do any more violence for you.
A Reaver dare sheet.
I'd destroy. I'd kill all these people.
Defenestration. That's just.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get shot anyway.
It's nice that they cut away a lot of these. They cut away. They go back and see the outfit. You don't.
But he might have had the best death.
Well, that's the thing, though, is that, like, I mean, in most situations, like, it's your imagination that
Yeah.
makes it the worst it can be.
No, they don't. They don't really leave it to imagination as much. They show everything except the splat.
I mean, instead of having some fake cheesy effect
Yeah.
of him hitting the ground,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like
It was better seeing the reaction shot of them too. But
Yeah.
this view of them watching this happen to the building next to them, and how the terror of watching them, and then how close it is to them, and how they narrowly avoid it. Later, when you see the tank coming through, and like so they're blowing up and destroying the building across from them, like okay, good, because they're fighting the Nazis. But when the tank comes through, and he's in the building alone, is oh crap. And then as the thing starts getting closer towards him and closer towards him, it felt like a Looney Tunes moment at that point to me. Not in that it's bad, like it works because that's what happens.
Once that thing started like turning, like if it started turning toward me, I'd be like, all right, is it going to stop? Is it going to stop on me? Is it going to stop on me? And then once it stops on me, bolt to the other side of the room. Like
But you hold up a sign that says "Help me."
shit, yeah.
Yikes! Yikes! It seemed like that kind of Looney Tunes type moment of that. Ah, crap.
Screwball.
Don't put up the screwball sign in front of the Nazis. That just makes them angry. You wouldn't like them when they're angry.
Jackass.
He just finished the song. Like, no, I don't care. I'm done.
He's that good.
Yeah. He always has to finish the song, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's very dedicated to his music.
Like,
That's what I was telling
like
you,
Cartman
he
when
finished
he
it off.
sings that one song.
Yeah.
Sail away.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the moments that it doesn't use subtitles. How it sometimes will use subtitles.
Oh yeah, with the Germans.
But, yeah.
So you get those words that are important, and the rest you have no clue.
Yeah, but some of them are, I don't know, I speak enough German that I understood everything the German said in there, and also enough to know that it's not direct translation on those, but it worked.
Well, we all don't know German here, okay?
Yeah, but it works in the film of they don't understand what they're saying. Like, we need to understand it for the context of the scene, but if they're talking to them, and you get that point of, I don't really speak this, and we're trying to communicate.
Yeah.
Sort of picking up on little keywords in there.
Removing the Jordan.
I like that. It says that. What's this clamoring for now? Oh, craziness. Just trying to get him back. Don't leave me alone. What if his brother was working on some sort of plan for retaliation, and he pulled him out, and
Probably was though. Like
yeah,
the brother, like so pissed. Like he's the one that's like fucking.
he's one that would definitely fight back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's not going to work out for him. Yeah.
Probably is what happened. Anyone that ever did fight back just fucking got killed.
Yeah, they probably did. But I mean, I don't know. Me looking at this, I'm just like.
You get some great acting in this movie, though. Everyone totally on the game on this one.
Yeah, the only actor I didn't like was the guy who wanted to buy the piano. He seemed like he was overacting. He's like, his eyes got all huge, like. Roar!
I don't know. I didn't pick up on that, but maybe
That's the only one.
I didn't
Everything
pick up
else
on
was
that
just
either.
really, really good.
I'm trying to think if there was someone that was just out of it. I like the woman who's crying out, like, shouldn't have done that, shouldn't have done that.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, I want you to shut up. This is why she won't shut up.
Yeah.
Because it's
She
the
had
most
killed the
depressing
baby.
thing ever.
Yeah.
No.
You're like, alright, she can do
It's
it.
okay. Sorry, I complained about that. Expensive caramels. That's what we should have eaten today. Some,
For some reason, that's the scene I guess, when I first saw it, that I remember, like, that, you know, you're going to spend that money on a stupid caramel because you know it's going to be worth nothing, you know you're going to die. And to have that caramel would just be like, with your family for
why
the
not
last
have
time.
one last luxury that we can share together?
Yeah.
Like, what is he going to do with the money? I don't know what he's going to do with the money, but who cares? Let's do this. Our money's not going to be worth anything. We've already been stripped of everything, and we know that this moment is the best it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just know that it's going to get worse from there.
That actor.
Food.
That actor just fucking doing that.
Eating the food off of the floor.
I can see Rowan Polanski making him do that. Makes me sad.
And he was sitting there masturbating while he was doing it. Pervert.
Polanski. Still a genius filmmaker.
He is a genius.
But
I give him a pass on that.
I was like, well, I would do that as long as it was just clean. Like, I don't give a shit.
well, yeah, it's a film set. Like the dirt and stuff,
Like,
isn't
that's
it?
the thing.
Yeah,
Is that
that-
it would be clean. No problem. That'd be fucking dope as shit.
Yeah, if you got enough money to it, just do it on the floor right here.
It's just like Old Boy, you know? Octopus, like...
Mhm.
That's a little crazy. That's a lot more crazy, actually.
Yeah. So he also I got that Liddy Team vibe of him narrowly escaping the worst of the Holocaust.
Yes.
At each moment.
Yeah, and that's why I definitely like the first time. It's way better.
And it's better.
It's way better.
It works because it's a true story, and because this is based off of an actual
History,
autobiography.
Yeah.
Not just a story made up about a pianist. This is a real actually happening thing.
Yeah, and at this point, when people are gonna escape, it's not gonna be like a boring tale. Like anyone who escaped at this point is gonna have a pretty good story.
Yeah. Hiding on that little stage thing. It's been away here for a few
yeah.
days. Always hiding everywhere.
After he gets
Yeah.
taken for the train and
Yeah.
then he goes
We're going to have to be
that restaurant.
absolutely silent here for the next few days.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Just starving, can't eat.
Have you guys gone to the Holocaust Museum?
Museum of Tolerance?
Yeah,
Yes. Quite a few times.
that's pretty crazy.
I actually, the last time I went...
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. You should go there sometime. That's a good place to go.
Nice, happy place.
Yep. The last time I went there, it was right after I was doing it with a school trip, and I was driving there, and it was right after I had done my musical Jesus Conquers the Zombie Nazis from Outer Space in the Year 3000 musical, and I had all my costumes in the trunk of my car.
Oh God! And they check it.
Yep, they check for
they
bombs.
check
They check
it.
because you're parked on the structure.
God.
They're worried about.
They go through your whole vehicle, and they found a swastika armband.
They never found them, luckily.
Oh, man.
But as I'm pulling up, as I'm like, we're gonna search the car, I'm like, oh no,
No, you didn't see it.
it was for a play.
Oh God! You must have been shitting yourself.
I was.
That'd have been so embarrassing. Oh, God.
It was terrifying. It was terrifying.
Yeah, because I looked through your whole vehicle. They went through my truck. They were like, over there.
They got little mirrors underneath the car.
Yeah.
And then she comes through the.
Why do they go that like?
Hmm?
Is it really like?
They worry about attacks on
Yeah.
them. Like,
The Jews aren't that popular.
they're
So weird.
That's the thing is, this has happened to them once. They're not letting it happen to them again.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're careful with it. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Good music in the movie.
Yeah.
Got a ton of awards. Got nominated for even more. It did not win for best cinematography. It did not win for composer. Looked up. I believe it was Chopin. It's a lot of classical music in it, so it's like.
So it looks like he had to learn some piano for this.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had to learn some piano.
But when they have the full body shots, like he's going at it.
Yeah.
And when it gets really, really advanced, then they show just the hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but like it's still like I'm impressed with. With what you
I'm
see
wondering
that
if he
does.
knew beforehand or he had learned specifically for this.
I don't know. It's probably somewhere in this whole article thingy.
Hey, they built a bridge, like they said. Those Nazis keep their word.
There's that camera, the old-fashioned tripod there. Yeah. Documenting everything because they think they're going to win. So, they're documenting their history here. This is one of the craziest things about the Holocaust is that the Nazis filmed a lot of it. Documented it so well.
Oh, they documented like horrible stuff.
It's like Nixon recording his fucking.
That's not the sense.
So,
big chasm there.
Joseph Fiennes was originally going to be the lead in this movie.
I don't know who that is.
Who is it?
Ray Fiennes' brother, probably.
Oh, okay.
Ray Fiennes, who played a Nazi in Schindler's List. So Joseph Fiennes, brother of a Nazi, was going to play this. He turned it down. Over 1,400 actors auditioned for the lead role. Yeah.
Oh, it was a previous commitment. Is what
And
he
then
turned down.
Polanski didn't like any of them, and then said, "I want Adrian Brody." They met in Paris. That's weird. I thought they'd meet somewhere else. Oh wait, Polanski can't leave Paris. Let's see. Piano. Not seeing anything about him learning piano.
Okay, there's no search function. Okay.
Yeah, there is, but I don't care.
Okay.
So yeah, I was going through the list of what it didn't win because that seemed interesting to me. Didn't win cinematography. Didn't win costume design. Didn't win editing, and didn't win Best Picture.
I wonder what won Best Picture that year.
It's impossible to find out.
When do you put it that way?
Yeah.
It's crazy that after these two relatives, the brother and the sister get picked out, that they don't just fucking.
Well, this is the thing when they're pulling people out of the line. It's you're looking at the thought of which line's which. When it's first happening, you're looking at the people around you, and you're like, are we in the kill line? Are they in the kill line? Are they in the save to work later line? Are we? No asking questions.
Yep.
No questions. Yeah, that's kind of my thought on a lot of it. There was the time when I was auditioning for a performance role, and they have us like walk across in a way acting out something, and they split us into two sides. And you start looking at the people around you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm fired, aren't I?"
So now you totally.
I didn't get it, did I? Like you just realize that, like all the good people are going over that way.
It's probably worse with the Jews though.
But yeah, it's a little worse for the Jews. But since they're thinking about, are they sending us? Are they want to keep us around? Are they sending us to work? Or are they just killing off the strongest people, the people they're fearing the most? So all those things running through of which line are you in as they're pulling you out. So you don't know if you want to be pulled out, if you want to stop them from being pulled out.
Yeah.
Part of it is you just know you don't want to be separated. So let's see. This film. Oh, this is awesome. So Academy Award for Best Picture for 2002. Nominations: The Pianist, lost. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, lost, but won the next year. Return of the King. The Hours, lost. Gangs of New York.
That was a good movie.
Really good movie. Lost. So Gangs of New York and The Pianist, amazing movies, lost to Chicago.
Oh God! For best movie?
For Best Picture of 2002. Now, the thing is,
Nobody cares about Chicago now. Nobody gives a shit about that movie.
The 2002 Academy Awards for the year of... Was that for the year 2001 then? All I know is what I remember learning about all of that was... no, so it was for the year 2002. The movie came out in 2002. So... I don't know. What I had heard about that was because it was a year after September 11th attacks that they wanted a lighthearted.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, so that's why that was the first time the musical had won in so many years, and you don't get the winning of the depressing and the hard.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I don't know. It was kind of weird why Chicago won, but. maybe this votes got split between this one and
Gangs of New York, though.
Gangs of New York Gangs of New York is great, and this one's great. I think they could have split the vote on that one, but
Not that I like Leonardo DiCaprio. But Gangs of New York.
It was, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Fucking amazing, dude.
And what's his name? John C. Reilly.
yeah.
So weird. I watched it again. I didn't realize he was in it. I was like, this is weird.
Because he's like in a serious role.
Yeah.
He jumps through serious and sort of comedic roles.
What is it, Doctor show? I can't remember. God damn it.
Yeah, from Tim and Eric.
I love that. That's the part I don't like Tim and Eric, but I fucking love that. Like fucking John C. Reilly, Doctor, whatever it is. I don't remember.
Yeah, whatever he is. Not Dr. Spaceman. I like Dr. Spaceman from 30 Rock.
Spicini?
Dr. Spaceman. Getting off on all these wonderful tangents.
Getting off. Pianist.
Okay.
Roman Polanski.
Yeah!
It also won the top prize at the Cannes Film Festival. Won the BAFTA award for Best Film and Best Director. The British. And then a bunch of other awards. César Award.
For a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it won all the César Awards. And it won the Goya Award for Best European Film. Yeah. So it got a lot of Best Pictures everywhere else. But then America was like, nope. Chicago.
So the other things it was nominated for in Academy was cinematography, costume, and film editing and Best Picture.
Yeah. Didn't win. Also, in the BAFTAs, it was nominated for screenplay and for lead actor, and didn't get either of those. So they got those here. These got recognized for actor.
Yeah.
It was good. I remember Adrian Brody giving his acceptance speech. Can't remember it now, but I remember that happened.
I mean, Best Director. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the big thing because, Hollywood recognizing Polanski after all that had happened.
That's pretty crazy,
Yeah. So critics like this movie. It has a 96%.
Yeah, there's no way this could have a low percentage.
No, 96 isn't that. It's 4% of people don't like Jews. 4% of reviewers.
With the way that is the rating system on that the same with the critics? Is that it's just asking whether or not thumbs up, thumbs down, and then it just gives you the percentage?
Yeah, that's the critics' recommendation on the how Rotten Tomatoes works.
Yeah.
So 96%. So
said yes.
Yes, said yes. This film is good. 4% of critics said
this is a bad film.
Or bad film. I didn't like this film.
I wonder why they said that.
Yeah, 4% of people. They're terrible people.
Yeah, they're all Germans.
So, do you have a favorite moment in this film?
You know, oddly, I really like the very ending.
The ending's fucking amazing, dude.
But everything from when, like, he goes to shit and then all of a sudden, like, he's in front of this whole audience just playing beautifully. He's
okay,
like,
so the audience part of the ending.
Yeah, he's like, fuck all you Nazis. Like, I'm going to continue doing this, what I love. Like, I don't know.
I was talking about, like, before that part, but...
No, yeah, that part's good. It's funny when he has his jacket on. He's like, it was cool.
I'm not a Nazi! I'm not a Nazi!
But just seeing him, like, go back to normal and overcoming, I don't know, I really like that part for some reason.
My favorite scene is by far when the German officer comes into that building and he plays that song. He plays the song. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
And then you think the song's over, and then he keeps going, and then you're like, that was beautiful. Oh, there's more. That whole song was like stops.
Yeah, I think that tank scene's probably my favorite.
And you know when they go on when they're getting on the train, it reminds me of Toy Story 3 when they're about to get on.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Flintstones List.
Flintstones List.
Yeah. So it's a good.
What was your favorite scene, Joe?
The tank.
It's like,
it's just the everything happening around. Like he's locked in this room.
Oh.
When he's watching outside, and it's like the resistance coming in. All right, they're fighting them. It's like this is cool. It's working. They're running. And then like they get shot down. They're picking up their dead. Oh no, more people coming in. They're gonna fight back on the Nazis. Oh, that's awesome. And then oh no, there's a tank coming. Oh crap!
But before the tank, though, doesn't he get like everyone outside's going? Oh, we gotta get the hell out!
Yeah, they're saying get the hell out of here. There's a tank coming. There's a tank. Get out of here! And he's trying to get out, and he's locked in there for his safety because they don't want no one's in here. But the way that the tank's coming at him is he survived this much. Is the thought of what? Oh no, not being locked in this room. And then the tank actually helps him get out of there because it blasts up the holes. But when he loses his hearing. Having not used before, like is he going deaf as a musician? Like just the losing that to get out of here, but it comes back. So.
But that had the same effect with the last scene that how you're thinking after all that,
Yes.
is he gonna die? No.
Yeah.
No. These stupid Russians.
Oh, that's another. Yeah. That I equal it with that scene. It's just. Yeah, having survived so much and to get to lose it and not by the hands of the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, here's the Toy Story when they're on the conveyor belt. They go in the fire. Yep. That's why, Kevin Smith refers to Toy Story 3 as Schindler's Toy Box.
Oh, yeah.
I cried at that scene, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It was a powerful scene.
Oh, number 3?
Yeah. Especially when you grow up with the other two.
Yeah.
With it, and just, you have developed such a connection to them.
It's the senior citizen story.
Yeah. Alright, so what did you give Toy Story 3?
I gave it... I think originally I was thinking I was going to give it a 5, but I ended up giving it a 4, watching it a second time.
So what did you give The Pianist?
Same thing.
Same thing. Originally you were going to give it a 5, but you gave it a 4.
Yeah.
I think it kind of is only hindered because of Schindler's List. To be like that holds that 5 spot, and that's sort of like it was really good. It was an amazing film, but it didn't. It could have grabbed me a little more. I think it's only because it's just following the one person, and because the person that you're following is one who's not. He's a little more detached. Mm-hmm. He becomes attached throughout it, but still not. I don't always get it as much. It still seems more subdued. So I think that's why it gave me that 4. But still, 4 is very strong. Okay, 4. But how about you?
This is one where it's just like the first time I watched it. First time watching it is definitely a 5. But I mean, because it is like The Road, where it's just one of those suspense films.
Yeah.
And not knowing what's going to happen.
Also, what helps is when you don't know, if you don't look at how long the film is, and you don't look at the clock, you don't get a sense of time, you don't know when it's going to end. So you don't know when he's going to die or what's going to...
Yeah, that happened to me on The Road, is that I saw when it was starting how long it was, and I was just all like, okay, so it's going to... And then, I knew, and then also saw,
Yeah.
And then I felt like it was going to end, I was just like, wait a minute. And I looked over at my watch right there, I'm like, it's not going to end, it's still got, 45 minutes left.
Yeah.
And that kind of sucked, but...
Yeah. But it's nice when you don't know, if you can watch it the first time not knowing that. It's I don't know what's going to happen when this is going to end. But yeah. So, 5 stars?
Yeah, for a first viewing. And then I'd be tempted to lower it to 4 on a second viewing or a further viewing of it.
I think 5. You can still hold that 5.
I rate it as 5 on Netflix because
that's your initial reaction to it. That's how it's.
Yeah, because when as far as I'm concerned with them exposing me to new things,
yeah,
I'm gonna give
I think they'll still be nice to me. It actually recommended this to me at 4 stars, even 4 stars.
Okay, wow.
I like the 4 stars. So it's Netflix has grown to know me and know how I like these kinds of films. Netflix is usually pretty right when I think about it. And that's why I haven't watched their original series, Hemlock Grove, because it recommends that to me at less than 2 stars. Even though it's their own series. They don't lie. They don't lie to you. And they're like, we don't think you're going to like this one.
It recommends Star Trek New Generation to be at 4.8.
Oh, God.
Which, that's the highest I've seen.
Yeah, maybe you should watch that one. I didn't think it's close to a 5 stars. I just have to be all right, play. Let's do this.
Yes.
If you insist.
I'm either going to prove you wrong and be like, oh, no.
Well, there's a time where I'm asking for the DVDs, and I'm looking at them on my queue, and there's a bunch of them that I was really interested in, and it's all around 3 stars, less than 3 stars. And there's a few in there that they were recommending to me at 4 or more. Maybe I'm going to put those higher on my list. Maybe I won't try to watch the ones that I think I'm going to like, and let's see what Netflix thinks I'm going to like, and maybe. So I think I've rated over 1,000 movies. I don't know how many it's at now, maybe 1,500 I've rated on there so far.
That's crazy.
You can see that list when you go to rate more movies. It has a number there. So it tends to know me by now. Yeah. So Netflix is good stuff.
John's the big movie buff.
I like movies. fun. That's titles. That includes TV shows. But for TV shows, it's the entire series is one. Which again, is a little tough because sometimes a TV series isn't consistent.
Heroes, Lost.
Yeah. Well, for Lost, for me, it's just season 3. That's like.
I was still until
It
4.
loses you.
No, it goes down. No, I got back in at 4
Oh,
or
okay.
5. I like the ending.
He looks a little like Bob Hoskins.
That's my time.
in this
Not every show can be
shot.
Breaking Bad, where it's just like
Yeah!
consistent good.
Amazing.
Otherwise,
Even Breaking Bad
for
lost
you,
me though.
for you,
Because,
it lost you because then they made that in-betweeners reference, and it's like nope, turns it off. Yeah,
It lost me. What?
we'll have another episode where we talk about Breaking Bad. We can call it Talking Bad, 'cause that hasn't been done before.
There's yeah, right. Just because like I don't know, I can explain that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk here. Good Holocaust stuff.
I'll leave the suspense for if we ever actually do that episode.
I love this Holocaust movie. It's tough to say. It's hard to come on. Really enjoyed this.
I like that there's like such a big payoff though. Those last scenes are really, really good.
Yeah, they're really good.
Those last few scenes.
Does well with this. However, it's saddening that you don't see happens to everyone else, but you can kind of assume it
Yeah.
because of not seeing them.
Yeah.
So, your pick next?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Shuffle.
You got this planned?
No, I checked that
Heavily.
this morning. I have it up. It should have just be up. It is one that recommended me really high. Really.
Now, I'll warn you, I don't really want to watch the In-Betweeners movie until I've seen the latest season of the In-Betweeners. Because... No, don't be silly. He's picking the next Trailer Park Boys movie.
That's fine. That's better.
Okay.
Okay, from
Wow.
2011, starring Rainn Wilson. Super.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that movie. I saw that on my
Super.
I've seen that on there.
It's super. Thanks for asking.
So you haven't watched that movie yet?
Yeah.
I saw it. What? No, I just had it before where I said, "Oh yeah, I saw that on."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You saw that
and
on
I
there.
just said that again. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I saw that on there."
But this time you did the there.
Yeah.
Last time you just said, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. This will be one that'll be new for you. And then we'll discuss this one. It'll be fun. So, I think it's pretty much the same kind of mentality as The Pianist.
Yeah.
It's
very, very similar.
Yeah. It's its own kind of Holocaust. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. Share us. Spread around. Comment. Love to see... We'll see... There's lots of... there's always so much, terrible hate on comments on the internet, and we don't get any of that. I'd love to see it on this one. To see the worst kind of people come out. Because at least they watch it. It's going to be nice if they watch it.
Funny.
It'd be terrible.
Hate.
Alright, see you next
All
week.
right.
Bye. Super. Bye.
Alaska had sex with 13-year-old.
Yes, you did.
I want that to be the cut.